Hey, and welcome to the 126th edition of Quotes, Quibble and Question, your weekly leadership development fix from me, Matt the Coaching Guy. This week I'm going to focus on more time, more energy, more impact. The three things that every leader needs more of, and more importantly, how do you get them? Leadership is busy work and can feel overwhelming. It can also feel like you're being pulled in a million directions. Yet time, energy, and impact aren't just words, they're the currency of effective leadership. In my coaching work, I see smart, experienced leaders stuck in complexity, holding on to decisions that they don't need to be owning, and running operating rhythms that drain them rather than energize. But what happens is the more control you try to exert, the less control you have. The leaders who thrive are the ones that create space for themselves, their thinking, and that of their teams. They simplify complexity, release decisions that others can own, and empower their teams to step up. That's when leadership stops being busy work and starts creating real impact. So, your quotes for this week are: "You can do anything, but not everything," David Allen. "The key is not to prioritise what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities," Stephen Covey. "Leadership is not about being in charge, it's about taking care of those in your charge," Simon Sinek. And "simplicity is the ultimate sophistication," Leonardo da Vinci. And so your quibble this week is: I can't let go of decisions, I'm responsible for everything. And the reality is, holding on to every decision doesn't make you a better leader. It creates bottlenecks, it drains your energy, and prevents your team from growing. Complexity is often self-inflicted. So here's some things to watch out for. Decision backlog. Decisions you think need your approval, but really don't. Your operating rhythm. Meetings that exist for the sake of meetings, not action. So energy leaks. Tasks you do that others could handle, draining your focus from what only you can influence. And micromanagement, limiting freedom in your team, will kill innovation and morale. If these exist in your rhythm, they're eroding your impact. And I do believe that there are some basic principles that apply in all leadership. But when you drill it down to what this means for you as an individuals, these might be different. So here's some basics for you. So if you want more time, how do you get that? Time is not about working longer hours, it's about making space for what only you can do. Audit your operating rhythm. Which meetings, reports, or routines are actually necessary? Stop the rest. Block out focus time for strategic thinking rather than reacting to everything immediately. If you want more energy, how do you get that? Energy is about where you spend your focus and influence. Holding on to every decision drains your capacity and your team's potential. So release decisions that can be owned by your team and empower them to step up. And identify your energy leaks, the tasks that drain you without moving the organisation forward, and reduce them. And if you want more impact, how do you get that? Impact is about the results that matter, not just activity. It comes from direction, focus, and creating the conditions for others to succeed. So focus on decisions and initiatives that create meaningful progress. And trust your team to step up where they can, so your attention can be on the things that only you can influence. And create a feedback loop to measure what's actually moving the organisation forward. So if you want to see some change this week, prioritise these areas. Audit operating rhythm, which reports, meetings and routines are truly adding value, and then stop the rest. Reduce decisions that can be owned elsewhere. Empower your team to step up, trust them to step in. Create focused blocks. Carve out time for deep thinking and strategy rather than reacting to emails and noise. Check energy balance. Identify the activities that energize you versus the things that drain you, and then double down on the former. Start small. Even one change can ripple through your team and create more space for more impactful leadership. So your question for this week is: Which decisions am I holding on to today that, if released, would create more time, more energy, and more impact for me and my team? Reflect on it, write it down, act on it. Leadership grows when you make space for the things that truly matter. So thanks for listening to this week's newsletter. If you have any other subjects you'd like to hear more about, do drop me an email at matt@thecoachingguy.co.uk. And if you're ready to step into coaching and move from being stretched to strategic in 90 days with more energy, more time, and more impact, then drop me a DM or book your free consultation. The link's in my bio. Have a great week. Bye for now.